are going to be here in the daytime. So, shall we get this show on the road? We head now into race number 2. And cross our fingers that I've got the right settings dialed in. Here we go then, race number 2 of our grand finals in the GT4 NZ Championship. We are looking to crown our champion over these 3 races, and it is a reverse grid rolling start, so we do have Airborne going to be leading us away after, unfortunately, he had a disconnect from the first race. So this could be his opportunity to come back and really make an impact. We know how much of a fast driver he can be. Of course, he actually got a top 2 finish in one of the regular season rounds, so expect to see him doing well. But our top drivers are going to be fighting it out from the back of the grid, and they are underway and racing. How long is it going to take them to come through the field? We're taking a look now at these drivers towards the back, doing a great job in the first race, but now they've got it all to do here in race number 2, and the rolling start grid, of course, spreads them out quite a bit, so it's going to make it a tough effort. We mentioned at the start 7 laps, so they got a bit of time. We call it a sprint race, but there's still a fair bit of time to try and come through the field. And now down the long straight, is the slipstream going to be enough for anyone to think about a move down here into turn number 1? Aspect Anakin has got a good run. He pokes the nose to the inside, but decides better of it and actually ends up on the curb and maybe losing a bit of time in the end there, as Honourable Airborne hangs on to the lead. And you can see some of these battles forming through the pack. Nismanath thinking about wanting to try and make a move here. They're going to go side by side through the left-hander. Oh, there's contact there between the 2 Mustangs. Is Nismanath going to jump past both of them? Not quite. He gets past one, and it's Hardstopper who's just caught out there and losing position after position. They're getting into the wall there. Anakin the cork in the bottle at the moment, as now Boonus gets involved in this fight. This is what I was talking about at the start, guys. Remember to keep it clean over the top of the mountain. So now Nismanath thinking about the inside move. This is all allowing Airborne to just pull away a little bit, and you can see those battle packs really starting to fall now. Nismanath looking for a move again. He got halfway up there, but not quite. Oh, he's sideways. Gets it wide. Yeah, manages to hang on to it. What a catch there from Nismanath. As now Boonus is trying to get it overtaken by Norm here. As Norm tries to find his way down to the inside. Now they come through the right-hander and onto the big long straight. This is going to be your best opportunity. Overtaking opportunity, boys. Just line up a good run onto the straight and you'll be away. Oh, what is this from Anakin? Pushing Nismanath off into the grass. He's 2 wheels in the grass there as Boonus closes in behind them. Boonus is going to capitalize on that. Slow Nismanath in front. Is he going to try and get both of them here? Boonus to the inside. Aspect Anakin covers him off. Now down into the left-hander. Oh, Nismanath is loose on the brakes. Nismanath to the inside. He goes deep and he goes off. He wanted those spots. Oh, and the rejoin is a little bit dodgy. It's all unfolding here at Bathurst. Big penalties there for Nismanath, and you can understand why. That was a late move. Too late on the brakes as he dove to the inside. I think he was trying to avoid collision at the end of that one, but unfortunate rejoin, and going to have to serve that penalty some point in this race. What a cracking first lap here as we got Ethans and Dub True going side by side. Ethan's now going around the outside. No, he can't do it. Dub True has made a move. He's up into 5th position. In the background, Pure Axel's making moves as well, because Pure Axel here beside Hardstopper, and he's managed to make it past Sabo, who's one of his rivals here in this championship, and he's proven what he can do in a reverse grid. Is he going to try and do it the long way around and try and get past Hardstopper? He looks like he's got ahead. Surely he's going to get the move down here now into turn number 2. Is there contact behind them? I think there might have been. No, where's Hardstopper? Where's Sabo? Has Sabo dropped down? Sabo, there was contact. Surely the replay system is going to be working for me here. Looking at Sabo here as they head down into turn number 2. He was tried to tuck in here behind. Purex will make it around the outside. Oh, and there was contact there with Anakin. Hard to tell what quite unfolded there, whether it was Anakin's fault, but big contact into the wall in Sabo's race. Just costly losing so much time there as he tries to get back up to speed. Meanwhile, at the front of the race, it is Norm now who is hunting down Airborne. So Norm's managed to close that gap that Airborne had opened up early on and putting all sorts of pressure now as they come down the hill. Right tucked down under the wing, dives to the inside, can't quite get it done on that occasion. Wants to try and get a good exit here, but that move might have cost him time. Is that going to allow Airborne to hang on for the lead? coming down the straight. Nisbanath up into third. He's got a little bit of space around him. And then it is Dub True who has come through the pack up into fourth position. Having a great drive here at Bathurst. He's got Ethan's tucked in behind him as well with that Monkey Motorsport Club car. We love to see the great liveries on display here in the GT4 NZ series. Pure Axel has made his way past Anakin, past Boonus. He is up into 7th position and he's putting the pressure here on InXile as they head up towards the end of lap number 2. InXile pushing as hard as he can, gets a couple of tyres on the grass. Is that going to be the opportunity that Pure Axel needs? Pure Axel is going to try to do it around the outside of the final corner. InXile on the inside. Pure Axel round the outside. They're side by side. Pure Axel, I think he's done it. They're going to head down into turn number 2. Is he ahead? Yes, he is. What a move. What great driving from these two. Of course, InXile could have run him off, but he's just kept it clean, and we love to see that here in the Monkey Motorsport Club series. In the background, Psydog was trying to get past Boonus there, had the car out all sorts of sideways as he tries to push for the position. Do we get a replay of it through turn number 1? No, we do not. Hit number 2? No, sorry, we missed that one, but we just saw it in the background. Psydog wants to get through. He knows that Pure Axel is the rival here. He's got a couple of cars here between him and Pure Axel. Got to try and make those moves, but as they head up the mountain, it's going to be a tough place to do it. This is where patience plays off, but he doesn't really have the time to be patient. He just wants the position. You can see him putting all sorts of pressure on Boonus just like that. So in a couple of corners, he can close right back in. And looking so tidy, so under control here in the Mustang. Meanwhile, Norm actually has managed to get past Airborne, and he's managed to pull a big gap in the lead of this race. So he's possibly wants to keep an eye on for the overall race win. He wants to pull that gap before the faster drivers get past and get the overtakes in, as it's all still scruffy here for second position. Airborne now starting to become a bit of a cork in the bottle. Nisbanath throws it to the inside. A little bit of contact there as they come now to the exit. It is so close between all of these drivers. Look at this. How is this going to resolve itself? You don't know. Pure Axel's actually caught up to this group as well. He's got Ethan's in front of him in that gaggle of cars up in front with Nisbanath ahead of W True and Airborne lurking in behind. Who's got the car speed? Who's got the slipstream? Pure Axel now going to go to the inside of Ethan's as they head to the right-hander, but of course that's the outside through these next corners. Oh, a little bit of contact. It's rough and tumbles. Ethan's to the inside of Airborne as a result. Ethan goes up to 4th position. It actually is a great move there from Ethan's late on the brakes. Oh, and who's this sneaking into the party as well? In the back, oh sorry, we'll try and get up on the right car here. InXile gets into the fight. Now Pure Axel to the inside of Airborne. Airborne just losing positions here, unfortunately for him, but he hangs on ahead of InXile. Some cracking racing going on, and it's just so hard to keep up with everything that's happening. As now it's Pure Axel in 5th position. W True has made his way up into 2nd after all of that. This battle pack is so close between these guys though. He could be back to 5th at any moment. He's got Nisbanath behind him, then Ethan's, then comes Pure Axel. So remember, W True finished 4th in the first race. Pure Axel finished 2nd. So the points at the end of this one definitely going to be close between these drivers. Our race winner from race number 1, Psydog, he's down in 8th position. So he's definitely a few spots down, taking his time to get through the field. He's still got 4 laps to do it. So we're not even at the halfway point of this race. There's time to come through the field, but it's going to be tough. These leaders are escaping. You see that 4-second lead there for Norm now. He's doing a great job just building that lead. Nisbanath, meanwhile, is having to defend ahead of Ethan, and he's just lagging a little bit, which is going to make it hard for these drivers behind us. Pure Axel puts his nose down the inside here of Ethan's. Oh, and puts Ethan's into the wall. That is unfortunate there. Now Ethan's going to be losing positions. That's not what you want to see. Pure Axel picks up a 5-second penalty as a result, and that could be huge. You'd have to say he probably deserves it there. We talk about how it's so hard to overtake over the top of the mountain. He pushed his luck, and unfortunately it has not worked out. He's got the 5-second penalty, and he's going to have to slow down at some point in this race to get rid of it. And for the man that was the regular season champion, the man, all eyes were on this man to try and fight for the championship here tonight, and now he picks up a 5-second penalty. Of course, some drivers in front of him, though, Nisbanath, some other drivers do have penalties as well, so that could play a role. Meanwhile, if we look further back, Psydog's actually picked up a penalty over the top of the mountain as well, as Nisbanath slows right down. So it's Nisbanath getting rid of his penalty there, as Psydog now looking to make a move around the outside of Ethan's. Oh, he goes right around the outside of Ethan's, and actually manages to get it done. What an absolute move there from Sidog. I thought he had no chance. I completely thought Ethan's had that under control. Meanwhile, Pure Axel's going to push for his position to try and get past NXL. He can't quite do it. So now Sidog's right all over him. Look at how this has changed. There was about 4 cars between them before this lap started. Now Sidog is going to make the move here on Pure Axel, on NXL as well. They're 3 wide into turn number 1. Sidog gets it done. Can you believe it? I can't believe my eyes here as Sidog makes the move past 2 drivers in 1 corner. He's now up onto the podium positions. He started the lap in 8th. What an absolute turnaround. Meanwhile, Pure Axel's gone in the other direction. He's losing spots as Ethan's gets past as well as NXL. NXL, great job to be up in 4th position, just trying and quietly working around about it. And he hasn't picked up penalties. That is the crucial thing about this Hooncourt driver here. He's just kept it nice and clean in the opening stages. Meanwhile, the drivers around him picking up penalties, getting a bit loose. As now Sidog sets off on his mission. You can see just in the space of one sector, he's pulled a little bit of a gap here in front of the cars. Oh, sorry. I'll get the right driver eventually. In front of the cars behind him. Pulling a little bit of a gap. He's still got 4 seconds, 8 seconds off the lead. So that just shows the pace of Norm. After Norm managed to escape that paddle pack, pull away just a little bit. And since then, he's just had his head down. He knows what he needs to do. He just needs to set fast lap after fast lap. Make no mistakes. Just make the most of this opportunity to have clear air. Clean and super speedy, as we like to say in the Monkey Motorsport Club. Meanwhile, W True he's thinking similar things, but he needs to be even more super speedy because he wants to try and close down on Norm ahead of him. Currently sitting in 2nd position is W True in his Aston Martin. We've seen him in this position a few times this season. Usually following up last round, he was following Pure Axel. The last couple of rounds, in fact, following Pure Axel and hunting down Pure Axel. This time, hunting down Norm and see what he can do. And there's quite a big gap here. Back to Sidog. And then there's this battle between NXL and Ethans. Ethans has been the one on the inside for the last couple of laps. Now he's on the outside, and he's going to make the move round the outside and move up to 4th position. Good stuff there from Ethans. I've also just spotted in the background that Pure Axel's managed to get himself back up into 6th position, or hang on to 6th position, perhaps. I'm not quite sure if he dropped further back than that, but he has still got some penalty to try and burn off as well, and he's got Airborne putting the pressure on behind him. It's Bonus and Nismanath in the background. Nismanath, who was going so well in the opening stages of this race, just unraveled for him there in the middle. He decided to get rid of his penalty in the middle of the racing. You see Bonus with a big penalty in front of him, and a lot of drivers, in fact, in front of him with a penalty, so it could pay off in the end. That's what Nismanath will be hoping for. And he sits in 9th for the time being with Anakin there in at 10th behind him. Sidog here. I'm keeping an eye on those lap times. I'm also keeping an eye on the drivers behind because Ethan's just tapped the wall there on the exit. Tried to carry too much speed, and that's allowed NXL to put the pressure on and be right in behind. It's also allowed Pure Axel to close in. Pure Axel, who's trying to make a recovery drive and get back through those positions. I'd have to say it's got to be Sidog in the box seat of the championship right now. Won the first race, currently in 3rd position. Of course, Pure Axel came 2nd in that first race. Now he's down in 6th, not having the race he wanted. But there is one more race after this that will decide it. So definitely stay tuned and keep watching this one. There's also still plenty of action here in this race. Is Pure Axel deciding just to back off. So he's just trying to burn his penalties here potentially. He just backed off at the top of the mountain there. Slammed on the brakes. Got rid of another half a second. Just slowly trying to work away. And trying to not lose too much time while he does it. He doesn't want to lose a position while he burns that penalty, but he does need to get rid of that penalty before the end. That's what he's thinking. Another one with a penalty is Ethan's here. NXL, maybe NXL. No, I was going to say maybe NXL is going to just stick in behind Ethan's here and use that penalty to get the win in the end. But nah, NXL wants the position on the track as he moves here alongside Ethan's, using that slipstream down the long straight. Is he going to move ahead? Yes, he is. He gets the position on the straight as they break here now into the left hand. Oh, but he's broke too late. He's off the road. And he's wide and he loses 2 positions as a result. It looked like he was going to gain 1. Drops down 2 instead. Let's get on board with a... No, can we not get a replay? Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo? Okay, it seems like our replay system is broken once again. I apologize for that. Gran Turismo Sport not wanting to play ball here today as Airborne gets another position. And NXL Day just... You can see how topsy-turvy this race has been. Drivers just... going well 1 minute and then dropped down 5 positions the next. He's down in 7th now. as it's Pure Axel and Ethan's who have moved up. Pure Axel actually managed to get past Ethan's as well there and move himself up into 4th, but Ethan's is coming back at him here, trying to do it round the outside as Pure Axel defends that inside line down into turn number 2. It's going to be hard to do it there. He has to slot back in behind Pure Axel for the time being, but he's still right in amongst it. The McLaren versus the BMW. Love to see the different cars here. As Booner's now side by side with Nismanath up the hill. Booner's on the inside, hangs on to the position. In Exile, unfortunately, dropping down to 8th there. And not too surprising, though, to see the two Hoon Court drivers side by side on the track. That's a common occurrence through the Monkey Motorsport Club Series. There is Nismanath, and right behind him we have In Exile and those two Hoon Corp liveried cars. Great to see them battling it out on track once again, but of course a little bit further down the order than they would have been hoping and what they were going earlier on in the race. So then, looking up at the pointy end, it's still Norm leading ahead of W True, ahead of Psydog, and now Pure Axel's managing to get himself back into a fighting position here. He's up into 4th, but he does have more penalties here than Ethan, so definitely one to keep an eye on. But it is, of course, the final lap of the race. So crucial moments here. Norm has managed to lead after getting through the pack and escaping. He's put his head down and done everything he needs to do. He's led for the second half of this race. W True doing a similar job, coming through the field just a little bit later there than Norm, and Psydog, after a slow start to that race, just picking his way through the field, ending up taking his opportunities when they came his way, up into 3rd position. But it is all Norm's way here in race number 2, and he picks up the 20 points for the race win. Congratulations to him. W True crosses the line in 2nd place. Then we have Psydog getting rid of that penalty. He crosses the line on the podium in 3rd. He's still going to be leading the championship, but it is still going to be a close fight now with W True, Norm. Pure Axel crosses the line, but is the penalties going to play a role? Actually, who ended up there? Nismanath ended up jumping back into 4th position, so it did work out. We talked about how he took his penalty during the race so that he didn't have to take it at the end there, and it worked out. He jumps back up to 4th position. Great driving from Nismanath in the end on the second half of that race, and it's Ethan's who crosses the line, gets 5th position. Pure Axel, with that penalty, drops him down to 6th place, unfortunately. That's going to be costly here in the overall points standings, which we'll try and work out in a minute for you. And then it is In Exile, Airborne in 8th position, Bonus in 9th, Aspect, Anakin, and Heartstopper rounding out the field. And there are confirmations of your results. But it is Norm who takes the win and takes the spoils here at Bathurst in an appropriate Penrite liveried Mustang.